Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we fix it together. And the content I'm going to show you, let me give you a high-level view. Imagine 11, 13-year-olds stealing cars, involved in rolling gun battles, car crashes, Attorney General blames the car for being easily stolen and guns for existing, and then the car manufacturer for making it easy to steal cars. Does this sound familiar? It's almost like we called it everything that I'm going to show you in this unbelievable story is linked right down there in the description box below, and I can't wait to hear from you guys in the comments on this one. And send this out, because if you do not have an example of your local crazy, this is a great one. And while you're there, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. I'm going to say a quick word from our sponsor, American Hartford Gold, and then we are going to get to the crazy. And the content today is brought to you by American Hartford Gold. And brothers and sisters, with everything popping off around the world, wars cracking off, we've got inflation issues, we've got stock market volatility, we have cash concerns, we have oil concerns. It's a good time to take a look and at least know your options with American Hartford Gold. They are dedicated to offering gold, silver, platinum coins and bars for your investing needs. Whether you want to do it delivered to your door or you want an IRA, Roth IRA, 401k, TSP, they've got options. This is something you guys should check out. At American Hartford Gold, they aim to educate clients about investments in the precious metal industry, strive to provide unparalleled customer service built on trust, integrity, and absolute transparency, while holding a goal of achieving 100% customer satisfaction. Click the link in the description or call 844-727-3199. That's 844-727-3199 or text Langley to 65532. Again, that's 844-727-3199 or text Langley to 65532. All right, people. One of the things that we've talked about that's pretty annoying and ad nauseum that the left does around their gun control is specifically how they will blame guns for criminal behavior. We've covered this. That's why they want to get rid of the PLCAA, the Protection and Lawful Commerce in Arms Act, which prevents manufacturers from being sued by criminals using their weapons in a way that they were not designed to do. But they also blame the gun for existing. Okay, so one of the big things that we say on the gun right side of things is, so what, cars are going to be, our car manufacturers are going to be blamed for people speeding and stealing their cars? Oh my goodness gracious, guys, look what I found. Attorney General Keith Ellison. Now, Keith Ellison is a Democrat Attorney General in Minnesota. Yeah, that's where Tim Walz comes from. This guy is a known gun control acolyte. In fact, his backstory is he's demanding all the sales figures, the marketing numbers in the Glock lawsuits from Chicago. That's this guy. Very gun control, all right? The individuals who shot these children must be held accountable. I will also keep holding Kia and Hyundai accountable for making their vehicles easy to steal and refusing to do anything meaningful about it. I won't stop until they do the right thing. Does that sound exactly what they say about the gun manufacturers? So every one of us, and I got clips, I can't wait to show you. And every one of us has said on the gun rights side, so you're just going to sue every manufacturer when someone uses their product outside of their designed intent. Literally just said he's going to go after Kia and Hyundai for making their cars too easy to steal. Not go after the criminals, because wait, they got out scot-free. Check this out. Guys, sometimes when you start digging on this stuff, it just gets so much worse. Okay, here we go. 4 children, ages 11 to 13, shot in Minneapolis while riding in a stolen car. Police chief called the incident outrageous and said young people stealing cars are getting caught up in other serious crimes. Okay, as you can see there, the August 18th date, 2024. Well, maybe it's a little more nefarious than that. Again, this is in a deep blue Minnesota. This is an attorney general who is going after guns and now car manufacturers for criminal behavior, because the dumb just doesn't stop. Respectfully, you can't look at this as an individual citizen of the United States and not say this is stupid. I'm sorry, it's stupid. All right, let's get into this, because as always, I did not make this up. Everything is linked and sourced. This is an actual news story, not only describing the children who were stealing the cars, who got involved by other gang members and other crime was perpetrated on them, but they also crashed the car. And wait until you see how many times they've been let out and what the charges were for this incident. Let's get it.
One car chasing another car with fully automatic gunfire. It just shows really brazen and callous behavior. Just, they don't care about their own lives, let alone the lives of other people.
Turning now to our top story, 4 minors between the ages of 11 and 13 injured by fully automatic gunfire in Minneapolis, one of them critically. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara saying the minors were riding in a stolen Kia when a sedan began following them and then opened fire. Randy Meyer joining us now from our Fox 9 Live Center. And so, Randy, the chief saying this is part of a, quote, tremendous problem right now.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to let him talk in a second. So 11 and 13-year-olds getting shot, which, by the way, is horrible. I just want to throw it out there for the record. Getting shot by full auto fire in Minnesota, the place where Tim Walz enacted common sense gun reform, while Grand Theft Auto and joyriding in a vehicle. Okay, just want to make sure we're clear on that. Let's keep going.
See, those are his words, and the chief is not mincing his words in explaining the problem tonight either, saying while fewer cars are being stolen, those cars that are being stolen are connected to more and more serious crimes, particularly among minors. Now, this shooting happened near West Broadway and Girard Avenue around 1 a.m. this morning. A total of 5 minors were riding in a stolen Kia when a sedan began following that stolen Kia and shooting at that vehicle with fully automatic gunfire. 2 boys and 1 girl were taken to the hospital with injuries they will survive, while another girl, just 12 years old, suffered a gunshot wound to the head in critical condition tonight.
4 kids shot between 11 and 14 is outrageous, and everyone should be up in arms over it.
Now, the 5th minor, an 11-year-old boy, was detained after police discovered the Kia was stolen. However, under Minnesota law, he could not be charged because of his age, so he was released without consequences.
Under Minnesota law, he was released without consequences after discovering the car was stolen, after 11 and 13-year-olds were out at 1 a.m. in that stolen car being involved in a full auto fire in a gun control safety state of Minnesota. Anybody? Holy crap, let's continue.
O'Hara says further troubling, 2 of the minors involved in this incident were arrested less than 2 weeks ago for being inside a different stolen vehicle.
We have to take the fun out of it. You know, when you get caught joyriding in a stolen car, especially if it's multiple times, there needs to be a consequence. And I feel like that's where we have failed here.
No further description or information about that sedan involved in this shooting tonight. As of right now, there have been no arrests. We will continue to track this developing story.
No arrests. None. Not from the people who were stealing the cars. Not from the 11 and 13-year-olds who stole the cars. Not from the 11 and 13-year-olds who crashed the cars. Not in the drive-by shooting with full auto fire that that was released on those 11 and 13. Thank God they're all alive. And the 2 of the other minors that were in car, other than the one that was driving, had also been caught 2 weeks prior for stealing cars. And then they were all released on their own recognizance because they're too young in Minnesota law to be charged with anything. Holy God. Okay, now let's just do a nice little recap. That was a pretty good one, but let's make it better. We're in a position right now where this is actually being reported as totally normal. It's the gun's fault. It's the car's fault. And go back to what the tweet was that I did earlier for this, right at the beginning of this video. Now the Attorney General is saying it's unconscionable that someone would shoot into a car a car full of people who stole cars and have history of stealing cars, involved in the crime circuit. That's gun's fault. And then now going after Kia and Hyundai because their cars are too easy to steal. Meanwhile, the criminals who stole them are out on their own recognizance and there are no penalties. There are no costs. Anybody? I mean, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for something to make sense in this because not a dang thing does. And just as we predicted, they went down that primrose path. Let me know what you guys think and I will see you on the next one.